Hello, Morland. Welcome to Speaking of Everything. With me, I have a very interesting guest, Mr. Peter Gunn. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, Oral.
It's good to have you in the program, man.
It's always a pleasure, you know that.
You know, we were just speaking before we started the program about Phillipsburg and the beach and Sundays and water skiing and so forth. You were the pro in those days on that.
Those were the fun times, boy.
Yeah.
You're talking back in the early 80s, late 70s?
Late 70s. Yeah, for me it was.
Was the late 70s,
yeah,
right?
right.
But then we were young kids in those days, man.
It was nice though, beautiful, man,
Right.
beautiful time. No iPad, no iPhone, you know.
You had to be everything outside.
Right.
Not like the kids today. The kids today don't live outside.
Yeah.
We were always outside, or when we're not water skiing and diving and all that stuff, we're up in the hills making flying traps and killer bands for the mountain doves.
Yeah, it's amazing, huh? Because
going up Market Hill and the mango trees and stuff.
What a life, man. In those days, as young boys growing up, today now it's so different, huh?
It was always physical, you know. Now the kids don't get the exercise.
Yeah, so they're all overweight and everything.
Yeah, we were climbing trees and walking and running everywhere and doing picnics on the beach and cooking fish and lobster on the beach.
I know. Wow, you bring back quite some memories there, man.
Those I think were the best days, man. And you know, Phillipsburg in those days, we used to go right off the beach and go dive for crayfish and even spear fishing right off the beach. You remember in those days you had the white spots in Phillipsburg in Great Bay Harbor?
Yeah.
And we used to come back with bag full of lobster, but we couldn't. You know there's a law. I don't know if that law is still on the books or they changed it for a bigger size. You couldn't bring back crayfish if the tails were not 3 inches or above.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, you had to have them a certain size.
Yeah, that had to be a certain size. That'd be over 3 inches the tail.
Right.
If not, you can get in trouble with the. That time we didn't have much police either. You only had about 6 or 7 police.
Yeah, exactly.
Back street, so. But if they caught you with you get a fine. You could get in trouble.
Aren't you surprised when you see kids now selling knips on the road?
Yeah, we used to go and pick them ourselves.
Yeah, it was right there.
But yes, but you know, and the thing is, now they need a permit. I heard that that they go around and ask the kids if they got a permit. Yeah, if they got a permit to sell. You know,
they want to tax them.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's great. But then you're teaching young kids how to be little. It's good that they do that because they learn how to be entrepreneurs, you know.
Right.
So you want kids to do stuff like that. You remember we used to cut out the starfish and sell the starfish on the pier.
You can't do that now.
And conch shells.
You can't do that now.
And turtle shells.
Yeah.
Because in those days we used to eat, the turtle. Remember Mooch and everybody right down there by you guys down that side of the beach.
Yeah, on the beach. Yeah.
The Mooch used to butcher the turtles every Saturday or whatever.
You know, it's amazing. It's one of the only things I never liked. So I didn't eat it.
You didn't like it?
No, because I was one day watching them cut it up, and I didn't like how it looked, and never eat it.
Oh man, turtle. It's got to be cooked right. You got to steep it and brandy and all kind of stuff and season it right. But I like turtle.
And now I don't think you could catch them anymore.
No, but I think that's crazy too, because there should be a season. You know what I mean? A lane season, I would say, and you should say, okay, within this period you can catch them, but you can't overfish them.
Yeah.
But during the lane season, I don't. They should be. You can't touch them. So they should. But in British Islands, there's a season. They still get them in the British Islands. Even Anguilla, I think.
St. Maarten's so different now. We have people from all over. It's more difficult to control, and so forth.
But it should still be a season. Yeah. But it's too restrictive now. I mean, everything now you need a permit for. So in our days we were free. Now the young kids don't realize how much freedom they lost already.
They think they're free now, but they're not free.
In our days we didn't need a permit for that. Now you need we had boats and we used to be all over water skiing and whatever and all around. And then going to Anguilla and St. Bart's and all that stuff. We didn't even have to show nothing when we go to St. Bart's or Anguilla in those days. And we didn't need no license. Now they tell you got to get captain's license to run a 14-foot speedboat or something. It's like, what's going on?
You got to walk with your passport to go down and everything.
Well, that you don't mind an idea of passport or something. But it's become so restrictive. It's unbelievable. People have lost a lot of their freedoms.
But I think, Peter, people don't realize, especially young people today, the kind of life St. Martin had back in the 70s, you know.
The 60s and the 70s, yeah.
Yeah.
60s were... In the 60s, I was what? I was a teenager in the 60s. What? 14, 15, 16, 17 in that age. You remember on Queensport, they used to race horses on from the remember the horse racing?
Yeah, with Cowboy and all those guys.
Yeah,
used to race too, yeah.
Woods, yeah. Woods.
Yeah, that was funny.
You know, Carl York.
Yeah.
Carl York, I used to ride Carl York's horses, right? And when he see me riding, he said, man, you're good, because I broke in a couple of his horses. And I was only 12, 13 years old at that time, but I can ride horses good, man. I was a natural on horses because I wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid. I used to Irvin Woods. I used to race against Irvin Woods.
You saw that race right uptown.
From the well there at Hope Estate to
right.
All that road was a dirt road.
It's all dirt. Yeah, it was dirt road.
It was dirt road. So we used to race match racing, huh?
Yeah.
Two horses against each other, and then we had. Irvin Woods had a horse named Pet. That was one of the fastest horses, and a calm, cool horse. And Carl York had a horse named Daisy. I used to ride both of them, depending on. And then Landash was Scott. Landash was a good horse too.
I was a little too small to remember those horses.
Yeah, you back in the 60s, you were maybe very young, right?
Yeah, but you know, it's amazing. I used to remember seeing some of the races because I was living up street.
Yeah.
Where it was
you just go up the road and you could watch the race.
See the guy them racing, but I wasn't too. I think the horse racing was the only thing I wasn't too familiar with. I know Cowboy.
Yeah, he used to ride
horses too. Yeah,
right. He used to ride for Scott. A lot of horses, all the Scott horses.
But you were smaller and lighter than those guys.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. They, what's his name? Carl York always wanted me to race horses because I was only weighing 100 pounds, not even 100 pounds, maybe 105 pounds or something in those days. I was skinny, and I was always skinny, but skinny and light.
No, it's amazing. I love horses. I remember the first time going to a race at Aqueduct in New York. Man, I tell you, it's amazing, you know, to see those horses run.
Yeah, I always loved that.
You ever went to the races?
Not in the U.S.
Yeah.
But I went to the races in Barbados and some of the islands. Trinidad has racing too. But Guyana has horse racing too.
Oh, okay.
So I think one time I was a kid, went over there on vacation for a couple of weeks. I think we went to what I remember, you know, I think we went to a horse race there.
Yeah, I love my brother-in-law was a fanatic in horses, so we used to go all over. We would go to the Catskills to see the harness racing.
Yeah.
Harness racing is not as excited as the other, but it's great.
But now you have the Kentucky Derby just passed, huh?
Yeah.
Now you got what's the other one? The one in New York, I think, no? The Triple Crown.
Yeah. So, but you know, the thing about it is, we in the Caribbean, we don't realize what we have, you know. And I think St. Martin lost everything. We could have had a track for the horses to like Barbados, but we don't have that.
No.
No.
But the Wall Dirt Road, so we were riding horses all around the island. We used to ride all through Middle Region and Sucker Garden and Dutch Quarter.
It wasn't organized per se. Only when they had that race, I think. Yeah.
But I mean, for riding horses, we were riding them all around the roads because the roads were dirt.
Right.
Now you see, you can't ride horses on the pavement because if you don't shoot them, you're going to split the hoofs.
Right.
You're going to damage the hoof. But if you shoot them, you ride them on the road full speed, they're going to slip all over the place. So it's easy for them to fall, you know, because they're going to slip. Because the metal shoes will slip.
Well, you've done a lot of things, man, and your photography is just amazing. Yeah.
Well, you know, I've been doing that for a lot of years.
Yeah.
I'm over 55 years doing that now.
The longest in St. Martin, I was a photographer.
Yeah, along with, I think Junior Gums is also long. Yeah, but Junior Gums was
before you?
Yeah, a few years before me, I believe.
Oh, okay, all right.
But Junior Gums was a studio photographer. He was not like me, a general landscaping, commercial, and advertising. He was mainly a studio man.
Just more outside doing.
Yeah, he was a studio guy. He used to do christenings and weddings, you know, and that kind of stuff. I was more outside, commercial, natural light type of photographer.
It's amazing. I didn't realize that Junior is that long to 50 something. Wow.
Yeah. Junior Williams too. You know Junior Williams?
Yes.
All those guys.
I haven't seen him in a while. Is he here still?
I just saw him yesterday.
Yeah. And he's still doing
that? Yeah, by Exalta in town. No. All these guys, they I don't know, but maybe Junior Gums, I don't know. But
yeah.
Junior Williams, not. He stopped for a long time. And the other guy that used to work at the post office, Charlie Williams. Charlie Williams.
He also, yeah.
Yeah, he used to do photography too.
Discover magazine was one who worked.
Well, I did the photography for the first Discover magazine.
Yeah,
beautiful
magazine.
In those days, yeah, and in those days, the magazines didn't have any money, so you barely made any money. You did almost everything for free because. Wow. You know, they tell you, you got to help me. We're just starting now. We don't have any money, so we need to get this thing going. So you got to help us out.
So they're up to probably maybe 30-something years now, right?
More than that.
More than that, right? Yeah, I remember the first one that when Roland Richardson came out with it.
Yeah, it was Roland. Yeah, Roland with these guys. It was Roland and French guy and his wife.
And I haven't really seen it in quite a while now, but it's still there.
It's still there. Discover's still there. Yeah, for a lot of years now, man.
Yeah. Well, in case you've just joined us, I'm Earl Gibbs. This is Speaking of Our Thing. I'm here speaking with Mr. Peter Gunn, the man himself, right here. It's amazing because the things that you've done in photography, I think, it's so vast and so different from, and now you're into video also. You're a drone pilot and everything else. So
yeah, but see, you have to go into if you're a photographer, you have to do drones because it's aerial photography. You need to do aerial photography, right? Mm. In my days, when we had to do the brochures for, like, if we had to do photography for Molly Bay or something, or Pelican or any one of the hotels, we had to hire helicopters or a plane.
Yeah.
And that was expensive.
I'll tell you what. Hold that thought. I want to go to a break. When we come back, all right, we're going to continue speaking right here and speaking of everything with Mr. Peter Gunn. Please stay with us.
Are vibrant, expressive, warm, and diverse. Together, we conquer, and now we expand into new horizons, giving you more of the best. Introducing our new Banco Matico Plus with wider acceptance, purchase protection, and enhanced security. Whether you're online, traveling, or in paradise, experience more with Windward Island Bank. Banco Matico Plus. More of the best.
Oral Gibbs, speaking of everything, I'm saying Oral Gibbs, it's a Peter Gunn. I'm here speaking with him. You tell me before the break about helicopter and...
Oh, yeah. In the old days, we had to do aerial photography.
Right.
We had to rent a plane or a helicopter, and that was tremendously expensive. And with the plane, it flies by, so you have to take as many pictures as possible, and you don't have a precise. You can't stop on location and a precise framing.
Yeah.
So drones are much better for that, because drones, you can send a drone up, you can stay in one location. A helicopter can stay in one location too, but the drones you can maneuver and stay in one location or move to another location very easily. Mm. And it's much cheaper, tremendously lot cheaper to do aerial photography with a drone than with the helicopters and the planes.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the thing about it is, with the drone, you could pick it up, go anywhere with it, work at your own leisure. You don't have to. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you schedule a day and it's the weather is not good, you can come back the next day. If you schedule a day with a plane or helicopter, and you got to pay, whether the weather is good or not. Yeah. So but it's fun. Yeah. But it's much easier now with the drones.
I have some pictures on the screen there. So that's beautiful, and the fruits and everything.
Yeah, some of that was with drones.
Yeah, that with a drone? Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. The aerial stuff. That's drone stuff.
Right? Yeah.
That's Guana Bay.
Yeah.
That's drone stuff.
It's amazing, man, to see how this is St. Bart's.
That's St. Bart's, yeah. St. Bart's.
I saw it. It's so beautiful, man.
You see, because I shoot with RAW.
Yeah.
Which means I don't shoot with the camera colors, with JPEG.
Yeah.
So RAW is the pure image. It's flat image, it's pure, and you have full control of the color grading, which means, yeah, that's here in the lagoon. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You see, that's not a JPEG.
Yeah.
So I don't use JPEGs because I want to control the color and I want to control the color grading and I want to take it. That's Anguilla.
Yeah.
And I want to control the complete. I have to have full control of the image.
But these guys that are picking up a camera and they can't do that. They don't.
That takes a lot. It takes a while, but
Yeah.
you have to learn the color science and the experience. And photography is a thing too. You have to first you develop the eye, then you have to composition and focus attention. These are all the things you have when you're studying photography.
Yeah.
But you must develop the eye. That's the hard part. Developing the eye.
Oh, that's
Phillipsburg.
That's a beautiful shot there. When I saw that shot, it reminded me again of a little boy growing up in the upstreet,
Yeah, the Bobby's Marina.
Yeah, yeah. So you really enjoy going out there and doing it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Of course.
Yeah.
You see, whatever you do in life, you have to enjoy it. If not, you're going to get tired of it. That's Anguilla.
Yeah. So I see you have Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Bart's.
I have all around.
Yeah.
That's Coopercoy Beach. People wouldn't realize
It's
it.
a beautiful sunset, huh?
Yeah, Coopercoy Beach.
In the waves, really, really nice. What's this one?
That's flying dresses.
I find that was kind of nice with the lady with the long dress. You know?
There's a girl that's doing it. They do that as the flying dresses. This girl is renting these dresses, and people come down and they want their flying dress done on the. They want pictures with the flying dresses on the beach, on Coopercoy Beach or Maho or somewhere around the rocks. No, sometimes not always. I do it only when somebody asks me to do it for them.
Yeah.
But I think they have other people doing it too. But there's one girl that has the flying dresses, doing the flying dress stuff here. They do it in Greece. I think that idea came from Greece. But yeah, it's fun. But I shot a lot of models, and I like to work. I worked with a lot of models because in the old days, all the brochures in the hotels we had, we use a lot of models and stuff.
But I've seen you work, and when you work, you communicate very well with the people that you work with.
Yeah, but you want to keep the subject. You want to keep the subject. You have to distract the subject and they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So you have to talk with them and make fun. And you have to learn that. Psychology. It's the same thing with children.
Right.
Children, but when I studied photography, I studied child psychology too. So learning children at certain ages, you have to know how to get their attention, how to get them to relax.
Yeah.
The idea is because when you photograph people, you want them to be relaxed. If they're not relaxed, you're not going to get good stuff out of them.
What about when you're working with models? How is that?
Same thing.
Is it more difficult though, the attitude and so forth?
No, because models are more professional. Some of them, once they've done it before and they've done it quite a few times before, they're more professional. They know pretty much what you're looking for. All you have to do is give them a little direction, and they will give you what you're looking for. You just tell them what before you tell them what you want, and then they're gonna perform. It's like actors, The regular people, in order to photograph, you have to make sure you can get them nice and comfortable and relaxed, so they're not scared or
Yeah, and that one isn't easy sometimes.
Yeah, well, you just you after a while you get used to you get used to it. And posing people is another skill, huh? To get them to get the right poses, or to get it makes them look good, because some people are a little bit slim or a little bit bigger, and you want to make them look slimmer. And
how you feel about nature, photography of nature, outside,
landscape and nature stuff? Yeah, I do some of that, but I like to do landscape photography too.
Yeah,
but natural, animals and birds and stuff like that, and insects. And
I don't know. I prefer that more than taking.
Because you don't have to deal with people.
No, that's not the reason. I just love nature.
Yeah.
Like the flamboyant tree is my favorite tree.
Yeah, that's landscaping and nature. Yeah.
Man, when at certain times of the year, when that
it's all in color.
Oh, it's amazing.
All color.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the flamboyant, everybody's doing flamboyant.
I sense you don't like it that much, right? The flamboyantry.
No, because everybody's doing. Well, I shoot flamboyant sometimes too, but I try to make it different. You know who's a big flamboyant man is Roland Richardson.
I know.
Everything he has is flamboyant.
What it was, I just love it, and I think the same of him. It's but there's a tree of character.
Yeah.
Different than any other tree. Yeah. You as a photographer, you can see that in every flamboyant tree when you look at it.
Yeah, I did. Back in the days, I did a lot of stuff with flamboyant. Yeah. But yes, sometimes I do it. But down in Colombia, you used to get like flamboyant trees in a line, so you can do really good compositions with flamboyant.
They're not there anymore, basically.
Some of them are gone.
Hurricane blew them out.
I remember there was a whole boulevard with flamboyants. That used to be nice. If you can get a whole boulevard with flamboyants, then. But one tree is not so interesting. You got to have one tree, and then you have to have something in the background.
Right.
Not a flamboyant in the background, maybe of a different color. But I still look for that. When I find good flamboyants, I do it.
So when you go to St. Bart's, Anguilla, and your hair living in St. Martin, how you see the three different islands? Maybe I shouldn't.
Anguilla reminds me of St. Martin 30 years ago. Anguilla is still quiet. Huh?
Yeah.
And I like to go to Anguilla not in the season, in the summertime. When we go to Anguilla, spend 3, 4, 5 days in Anguilla.
You like it there?
Yeah, but Anguilla is quiet. It's like St. Martin used to be in those.
Yeah.
You're driving on the road and there's hardly any cars.
But
off season or not.
And you're driving a different side too.
The left side.
Right.
Yeah, but you get used to that. As soon as you start driving, you have to stay on the left side. You get used to that.
Actually, my kids never like Anguilla. They love St. Bart's, but Anguilla, no.
St. Bart's is different.
Yeah.
St. Bart's is nice because and I don't understand, but I like St. Bart's. It's just that it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Anguilla too. Anguilla's become very expensive.
But in terms of photography, I think St. Bart's offer more. I think.
Anguilla has a lot of nice places. They have the beaches are nice in Anguilla. Plus, they have some nice resorts and stuff that you.
They don't have any hills, and I think that kind of like drawback.
Yeah, the only hill is there's when you're going down to Sandy Ground.
Yeah.
Is it Sandy Ground? Yeah, Sandy Ground. There's a little hill there, but for me, I like it, but only for 3 or 4 or 5 days.
St. Martin is still the best to me.
Yeah. The only thing with St. Martin now is the traffic.
Yeah.
But St. Martin is still the best. But if we can, the only thing is the traffic. Like coming here today is like
I know.
trying to get out the
traffic harder.
Yeah, trying to get out of saunas in the morning when they're at the school.
Yeah.
What a nightmare that is.
But it's not going to change unless progress, they call it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So you have to leave earlier than to go anywhere.
Exactly. Leave an hour in advance. Sometimes you're stuck in traffic for an hour and a half too. It's just
going out from the airport in the afternoon after 5?
Yeah, it's really bad.
It takes a long time. So, but I don't know. We may have to deal with it. I don't know. We've got to find some ways to solve it. So
others don't have that problem, I think, right? Most of them.
St. Bart's don't have that problem.
Yeah.
Anguilla don't have that problem. St. Kitts, I don't know. Maybe around the Bastille and rush hour, you might have a little bit, but most of St. Kitts, and Nevis neither. Nevis is no traffic.
I noticed you haven't taken any pictures of the road with cars. I see you thinking.
Yeah, it's too cluttered.
Yeah.
And unless there's some reason to do it, it's cluttered.
I've seen all your photos that you've taken, and while we're here now speaking, I realized, hey, but notice I haven't seen anything with roads and cars, so I can sense what you don't like too.
I watch for clutter. If you clutter stuff, it's confusing. You can do stuff with cars, but it has to be close in. But if wide views, but with the island with all the roads full of cars, it's even with the drone stuff, you're not gonna find me with doing stuff. But you're never gonna see too much clutter in the photos.
You're minimalist.
Yeah, I look for peace and quiet. I like
that.
So.
And there's still some quiet in St. Martin. Although we're a very hectic island, you can find some very quiet places.
At 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's...
I like how you, I like how you put it. You know, it's amazing because I remember back in the 80s, the road to Bel Air was a dirt road.
Yeah.
Early 80s, right?
In Bel Air, yeah. But most of the roads in here in St. Martin was dirt roads back in the day, yeah. And all these roads here too, all Middle Region, Sucker Garden, St. Peter's, Biscott Road, all the roads were dirt. But you remember when the road? You remember the days when coming from Phillipsburg to the airport, the road going over Colby Hill was a dirt road? You remember when it was dirt?
I can't remember that one.
It was a dirt road.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Back in the early 60s, late 50s.
I think that's, when you look at that road, it's so perfect, the way it's cut. You know, it's a beautiful road, huh? Colby Hill.
Yeah, but they cut that with a bulldozer back in the day. They cut the edge, to get the road. They had to cut it with a bulldozer. The road to Point Blanche too. You remember in the old days you had to go with a boat around to Point Blanche.
To get up there, yeah.
Because the hill came straight to the water, huh?
Right.
So then they cut that back in the 60s. It was early 60s, I believe. They cut that with a bulldozer, so you can that road, and then they fill where Chesterfields is, with the harbors and Bobby's Marina. Bobby's Marina, there was a
pond there. Yeah, a pond. I used to go there as a little boy catching crabs and all that. Yeah,
there was a pond there.
So you used to come over there to that pond too, Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. As a little kid.
I know you were more Doug Street that way, right?
No, Young Street wasn't so far away. Don't forget, Phillipsburg was one strip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a nice time, man. So, what are your plans? You plan to retire now? Or are you going to continue?
I already retired now. I'm 71 years old now. No. No, but I have to keep busy. That's why I keep busy with photography, you know. And
keep your mind relaxed.
You gotta but you gotta keep busy. But you have to keep the mind working, the mind and the body. So I do a lot of hiking. I'm, because with photography we have to go through the hills. Sometimes we go hiking down in the back, Grand House behind.
It's fun, man.
Yeah, but that keeps you in shape. And imagine you have to take drones plus camera equipment.
You have a good backpack that you can walk with everything. Yeah.
Yeah, everything in the backpack, but it's still heavy. When you're hiking.
Do you see people on the path when you're going there?
Sometimes, once in a while, you don't see that many people, but once in a while, yeah. You know, in the back, when you go Grand House Beach Club, and you go around the rocks, you can go all the way to Ans Marcel.
Really?
Yeah, or through the hill. You ever did that?
No, I never did that.
That takes hours of hiking.
Yeah?
You know? Yeah, I did that quite a few times already. But that takes hours. But you got to be in good shape, huh?
Yeah.
Because it's going uphill and through Kusha, and but there's some tracks, huh? You can follow tracks. We go up on top of the hill. We fly drones from there down, and down around the coast. But you can go from there all the way to Ans Marcel. I've done that quite a few times.
Ans Marcel is very beautiful.
But you got to be able to, when you're going to do that, it's beautiful. But when you're going to do that, you have to be ready to spend the whole day.
Yeah. It's not an hour thing, it's a whole day, yeah.
And coming back.
Yeah. And you've taken pictures too of Ans Marcel from the hilltop, right?
Yeah.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah. I did Ans Marcel with drones, and it's more easy with the drone. You just send the drone up, you can move it anywhere,
Yeah.
But instead of hiking to the top of the hill to shoot down, you send the drone up.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always a pleasure. Talking with you about the things that you're doing. This is the first time I spoke with you more focused on your photography.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that I'm been such a long photographer and you know that?
Professional. Not just if people realize what you have done with all the major magazines and postcards and all those different
posters.
Things. Yeah.
I did a lot of stuff for the government too, and back in the day, I did some of the government stuff.
Any politicians come to you anymore for?
I used to do the posters. Yeah, for a lot of politicians.
Not doing that anymore.
No, but I'm more liking to do what I want to do now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you work for politicians, you got a problem to get paid.
That's true.
That's.
You know what you got to do? You make them pay first.
Yeah, especially if you got to do the printing. And back in my day, we had to print. All our printing was done in Miami. and I had to make sure the printers get paid. You know.
Yeah.
So, if not, I have to pay from my pocket for the printing.
Oh, they can do printing now in the island like that, or
yeah. There's places where you can get the posters printed here now, but not in my day. Everything was done in Miami. That was expensive, and then you had to fly it in.
Exactly, and sometimes
brochures, hotel brochures and stuff we used to make for Mullet Bay and Belle Creole and Pelican and all of them. 100,000 brochures, 200,000 brochures. And printers in Miami want to be paid before they ship it out.
Well, definitely, because they're not going to see that money if they don't get it before.
Yeah. So it's different now. So, but as politicians, I really don't like to do anything for.
Hard to get your money, or they'll promise you something.
Yeah, they're gonna tell you we'll pay afterwards. When they lose, they ain't paying you, even if they win.
That's like when you go to a lawyer and you lose, you don't want to pay. You know? That's what they ask up front. Yeah. No,
that's true. Yeah.
But it's nice, what you're doing. I like your work. I look at it and I say, wow, it's really beautiful. People really love. You could see that love for the work, and you don't see that often.
Thank you. Yeah. Once you love what you do, it's you're gonna do it good. If you're doing something, you really it's not. You don't have that. You don't like what you're doing. It's not gonna be good. You're never gonna develop the skill to the level where it's gonna be really, really nice and professional, because you always keep learning. Right now, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
You never stop learning.
Never stop, right?
So you're always learning something new every day. But you have to stay with it, and you're gonna learn. It never stops. It never stops until you die.
But it's nice. People don't realize, video photography it's really nice.
I do a lot of video too, and that's a different skill again. I mean, that's a different discipline.
Yeah.
But once you understand photography, lighting, composition, all that, you can move into video motion. What do you call motion?
But you do video with your drone sometimes, right?
Yeah, I do a lot of videos with drone and my other cameras. I have GoPros and Insta360s and regular cameras. And
you have the whole line of.
I have a lot of stuff, and I got a lot of drones. So each one is for a different purpose.
Yeah. That's why you're such a pro, man.
Each one for a different purpose, but I like to keep busy, so in order to make sure that things don't stop working.
Well, it was always a pleasure having the program.
Hey, thank you.
Hope we can have you back. We can have a sit down on Hot 99.9 and talk about the other things that you're passionate about. All right.
Whenever, I'm always open.
Good.
And now I have the time, so.
Always call.
Thank you, Olga.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Peter Gunn, and that's it for now. Here on Facebook, YouTube, and in Hot 99.9 FM radio. See you next time. Take care. Bye.